2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the New York Knicks. Last outing for the Knicks, they won that game against Memphis. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight. And Jeff Hornacek, a surprise pick for the New York Knicks, filling that head coaching slot going into last season. Not a huge disciple of the triangle offense. Guys, do you think he's been a good fit?
Well, I know Jeff for a long time. He had a 14-year playing career. Wasn't highly drafted, but Ernie,
he could shoot it.
Worked his way to become an elite sharpshooter. You know, he showed in Phoenix he has what it takes. He almost won Coach of the Year.
Well, he's more modern with his style, pace, space, pick and roll. It could be good.
Well put. And now we send you over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a win against the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for the most part, I really felt like they were just locked in and really aggressive.
Well, we know those guys can score, but that night, it was the execution, the ability to finish plays. It was next level.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Porzingis passes to Moutier. Back to Porzingis. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Porzingis has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Knicks.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And New York looking at who they've got. Moutier out there with Ntilikina. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Porzingis sets the pick for Moutier. That's tipped. Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Dunn. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Inside. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist from Dunn.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Kanter. Left side, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now, here's Moutier. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Kanter's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now here is Holiday. Defense is right there.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus. Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
Now here's Dunn. Back to Holiday. It's stolen by Moutier. Takes it from 10. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And that's now 6 points for Porzingis. Chicago trailing here. On the wing, Levine. A 3-ball. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Great play to run for Zach. Off ball, he's quick to catch and elevate.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I did speak with Fred Hoiberg. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
Greg, the reason why is you're never sure which of their shooters is going to get hot. The matchups will change depending on who's doing the most damage.
In last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Pushing it up. The shot's good from Kanter. Kanter's got his second basket of the night.
I tell you, Ntilikina has his head on a swivel, always looking to find the open teammate.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lopez has got 6.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And it's 9 points for Porzingis.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Holiday, the pass to Dunn. He kicks to Lopez. There's the pick. From 11 feet away, and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Knicks leading by 5 off his leg, and the refs whistling a kick ball. Porzingis inside. He feeds it to Mudiay. Pass to Ntilikina. Dishes to Cantor. Over Lopez. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench. A great array of post moves to pick from.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. Felicio's checked in for Robin Lopez. Good on the second free throw. Bulls trail by 6. And here is Dunn. Holiday with the 3, and Cantor pulls it down.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Pass to Ntilikina. The basket good off the assist from Mudiay. Mudiay's got 4 assists now tonight.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Now here's Dunn. Pass to Levine from downtown. Feeds it to Dunn. Holiday, no one around him. Holiday with another miss.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
A 3 from Porzingis. That shot misses. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws of this game. No good on the free throw. Well, last season there seemed to be a disjoint between the Bulls players and the coaching staff in the front office. Made for a lot of off-the-court distraction, it seemed like, Smitty, and took the wind out of their sails.
You're right. There were a lot of rumors and accusations going around as to why there was a rift. I can tell you this, when things are that sour, it is hard to focus on basketball. Hopefully the Bulls can put that behind them.
Steve, you've gone the broadcasting route, but we've seen a lot of former players becoming head coaches lately. Who else do you think could become a coach someday? Current players that you're watching.
I think Chris Paul, I think Stephen Curry, a lot of guys. LeBron James for sure, Dwayne Wade. I think Draymond Green would be somewhat like a Stan Van Gundy or Tom Thibodeau, just yelling and screaming. And
I like
that. Those are some of the names.
Yes. Here's Portis. 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him.
Grant. Porzingis with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 7. Outside Hardaway. Here's Lee, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
Shooting 2.
A free throw drops for Lee. And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
The Bulls making a switch here. Waba's checked in. And both free throws good for Lee. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, they went right to the hole. Great decision-making there.
Beasley with the screen on Grant. Lee dishes to Beasley. Screen by Lee. Outside for Thomas. New York moving it around. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And the Knicks lead by 9.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Grant outside. Passes to Portis. Off the pick. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. You know, you think about the way the Bulls ended their season last year, snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And in fact, Smitty, they jumped off to a 2-0 series lead, but then the reverse sweep happens to them.
Yeah, it did. Hard to say how deep they could have gone if they stayed healthy, but they almost put those Cinderella slippers on as an 8th seed. Losing Rondo, it hurt. This team just never looked the same in that series.
Free throw good, Portis. And he can't hit the second.
And you think back to just a few years ago when the Bulls were winning the East. That team, core of Rose, Noah, and Dame, had some tough luck not to make it to the finals with that group.
Now here's Lee. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And so here is Chicago. The Knicks making the shot. No good from Grant. And with those Rose-led Bulls teams from a few seasons back, it all went south so fast, but those teams were very tough to beat.
It just shows you how much can change in the NBA in a short span. Bulls are working hard to try to get back to that level. It hasn't been an easy road.
And again, no good by Chicago. The Knicks leading by 10. Or kicks to Beasley. Now the dish to O'Quinn. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
Here's Felicio, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Valentine with it, working on Beasley. The shot by Valentine, no good.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Thomas, and then Thomas with the dunk.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
Lee with the steal. Kicks it to Beasley. The feed now to Thomas. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Shoots over Burke. The Knicks pull it in. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Looking forward to seeing these two franchises square off in what should be a thrilling first game.
Bulls trail by 14. Valentine wide open, he fires. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And Thomas has it in the corner. Here's O'Quinn. The shot that time not on target. And it's Chicago the other way. Nwaba passes to Grant. Here's Nwaba. Burke covering. Nwaba kicks to Portis. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded closely. Here's Felicio. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Lee, that's good. Lee's got 6.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Screen by Grant. Portis kicks to Nwaba. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Portis can't get it to go. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Burke. He dishes it to Beasley. No good with the layup.
How does he miss that layup? He's too good to be doing that.
No good from Grant. Right side, Lee. And so it's New York sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Bulls trail by 14. And last season, so many battles going on in the Chicago Bulls organization, Steve, and they weren't all on the court. Hoiberg was in a difficult place, but was given a vote of confidence for this season from that front office.
You know, it had to be hard for Hoiberg as he's had a lot of things working against him. The roster hasn't matched how he has envisioned this offense working. Then infighting with players and management has put him in a tough spot.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. We've got Lance Thomas, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Beasley. Then it's Lee, and it's Burke in at the 1. And it's Beasley in the corner. Buries it from 3-point range. And the Knicks lead by 15.
What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
Lopez kicks to Nwaba. Valentine with it. Thomas is on him. Now Valentine. 12 points his last outing. Just 3 to shoot. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by New York. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. No good from Beasley.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he could deliver.
Shoots the 3. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Valentine.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
Beasley sets a screen for Burke, and there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Chicago making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Justin Holiday comes in for Valentine. And it's done in for Grant. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Knicks. Ntilikina comes in for Lee. Now here's Burke.
Beasley.
To the inside. It's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And the Bulls making a change here. Levine's checked in. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Beasley. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Lance Thomas. And it's Moutier in for Trey Burke. They set the screen. Kanter, the pass to Porzingis. Nice work there coming off the screen. Porzingis has got 11 points.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Stolen by Kanter. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now, here's Dunn. For 3, Levine, and the Bulls, another 3.
That's something you can't defend. Zach using his vertical to shoot over the top.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. And the pass to Hardaway. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hardaway. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Hardaway hits them both. Now, Smitty, be honest. When you're watching these games on TV or in person, how much do you miss playing the game?
You know I do, Kevin. I've always had that in my bones. But I think as of now, the last 2 or 3 years, as a guy that can shoot the ball a little bit, I wonder and dream and pray if I could have got a chance to shoot 15, 18 threes. So I love it, but I know my time is over, but I would love to shoot that many threes.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Moutier spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. The Knicks have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
One shot, gentlemen.
and they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Bulls trail by 18. Done with it. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And Holiday kicks to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's Hardaway. And another shot. Porzingis can't hit. The Bulls have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Dunn kicks to Lopez. He feeds it to Dunn. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just grown man work from Dunn inside. His incredible athleticism really helping get him these types of shots.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Bulls trail by 18. Here's Dunn. And here is Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Lopez a screen. Shot off the screen. The Knicks pull it in.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on them.
And Tim Hardaway, the 23rd pick back in 2013 out of Michigan. Talk about his game.
You know, he's always been a fantastic shooter, mostly a spot-up guy. But now he's able to put it on the floor and make some plays. And what he does best, he can run the floor without the basketball.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Bulls trail by 21. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And there it is for him. And it's 8 points for Zach LaVine.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Cantor with a screen on Holiday to the middle, and Cantor throws it down.
I tell you, Ntilikina does not have any problem breaking down the defense, especially in that pick and roll where he's able to thread that pocket pass brilliantly.
Here's Dunn. The Knicks making the shot. He kicks it to Markkanen. LaVine against Hardaway. Puts it up from 12, and that one hits back iron.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Moutier. They get it back. Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Chicago calls timeout. And guys, you think of some of the more slippery scorers that are left-handed, like James Harden, Isaiah Thomas, Manu Ginobili. They come to mind right off the bat. Does that give them, Steve, I'll begin with you, does that give them an advantage?
It does, Kevin, and people always would ask me why. Because I don't know why. They're left-handed. They do things different. They do things wrong. They jump off the wrong foot. They drive it differently. And I think mentally as a right-handed guy, you're kind of guarding him how you would play. But left-handers definitely has an advantage playing the game of basketball.
Now here's Moutier. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Lopez with the steal. Outside Holiday. Dishes to Dunn. On the wing, Levine. Here's Lopez. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Lopez has got 10.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Screen by Porzingis. Moutier passes to Porzingis, and stolen by Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
And the length of Dunn really annoys the opposition. So good at sticking his hands in passing lanes and coming away with steals.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And so here is New York after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Porzingis kicks to Moutier. Screen by Porzingis. Here's Hardaway. No good that time. Good D by Lopez.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Right side Holiday. Now here's Dunn, defended by Moutier. Holiday dishes to Markkanen. Back to Holiday from deep. It's rebounded by New York. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bulls trail by 19. Levine passes to Dunn. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Felicio's checked in for the Bulls. New York leading by 17. Here's Ntilikina. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Over in the corner, Moutier cans it from downtown. 6 points for him.
He could have easily been selfish there and taken the shot, but he smartly kicked it out for a wide open look.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. To the paint. Here's Felicio. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday. And it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. And then for New York, Beasley's checked in for Hardaway. Lee comes in for Ntilikina. And Trey Burke subbed in for Moutier. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Burke. Burke's got 3 assists now in this one.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
Now here's Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Right side Levine. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Levine's got 7 now in this quarter.
You see Levine's filled out his frame, shakes off contact, and completes the play.
Beasley the screen. Lee kicks to Beasley. Cantor sets the pick for Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
Here's Valentine. The Knicks making the shot. Shot clock at 6. Off the screen. That one a little long.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Burke. Felicio with a rebound. Bulls trail by 20.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
So it's the Knicks now. The Bulls getting the bucket. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. David Nwaba is checked in for Zach LaVine. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. Lance Thomas comes in for Porzingis. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Here's Portis. The Knicks making the shot. They're running up the floor. Burt can't get it to go.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
Pass to Portis over Beasley. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Portis has got 5 now.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Lee kicks to Beasley. Pass to Burke. Feeds to O'Quinn. Passes it to Lee. 5 to shoot, and he banks in the layup. He's got 8.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Bulls trail by 20. Grant kicks to Valentine. Grant outside. There's the dish to Valentine. Here's Felicio, and the shot falls short this time. New York's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Thomas kicks to Burke. Now the feed to O'Quinn. Some nice passing by New York here. 2 points. That one goes. O'Quinn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Grant, guarded closely. Out to the right wing. Portis, the pass to Nwaba. The 3. The shot missing. And so it's the New York Knicks cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome,
Show.
everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is O-V-A, over.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
What we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
Now, here's Dunn. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Then there's Dunn. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. From deep, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Now, Moutier. Rebound by the Bulls. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Levine wide open. They grab their own miss. Takes a 3. Goes up again. Porzingis with the block. And they'll keep possession. Lopez a screen. Outside, Levine. They shoot again.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Count that one. Moutier's got his team on the board first here in the second half for New York.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Now, here's Dunn. He's got 6. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Now Porzingis following the miss by Dunn from deep. Kept alive. Pass to Ntilikina. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Levine. 10 points for him. Lopez a screen. Fires at the elbow. To the wing on the left. Levine dishes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Kicks it to Dunn. To the middle. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Moutier with the ball. He's got 8. Porzingis kicks to Cantor. Over Lopez. Cantor's shot is off. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the pass to Markkanen. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Markkanen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Moutier kicks to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Screen by Porzingis. Hardaway loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hardaway has got 7.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but the guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for Chicago.
And despite the deficit, you know, their front line has battled and provided a sizable majority of their offense. They are holding up their end. They just need that backcourt to step up.
Stolen by Cantor. Here's Ntilikina. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Chicago's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Dunn kicks to Holiday. Lopez sets a screen for Holiday. Off the screen, drained for 2 points. Holiday's got his first basket of the night.
Lopez knows how to make himself as wide as possible and bury the defender with a screen.
Pass to Ntilikina. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
That free throw, no good.
Well, one reason this Bulls team had such a tough time getting easy wins last year, it was their shooting. Second lowest made threes in the league. Just didn't have the personnel to make it happen.
And he's good on the second. And for the Bulls and their poor shooting, had to trade some shooters mid-season as well. In fact, Smitty ended with the lowest effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Not having shooters, that will do that to you. Overall, had a bottom 10 rated offense. For the offense they want to run, they are going to need better threats outside.
Moutier passes to Hardaway. Porzingis with the ball. Here's Ntilikina. And it's off from three-point range. And here is Dunn. He's got 6. The shot by Holiday, no good.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Dishes to Moutier. They set the pick. Right side Porzingis over Markkanen. Here's Cantor. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Pass to Dunn. Lopez a screen. Shot, high post, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Moutier dishes to Cantor. And it's Cantor again missing.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Dunn misses.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Back to Cantor. They set the pick. Moutier kicks to Cantor. Here's Ntilikina. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And the defense daring him to shoot that. Good plan right there.
Now here's Moutier. Not a lot of room. Pass to Porzingis. He dishes it to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
To the inside, and Lopez throws it down.
Every so often, Robin Lopez will find his groove and become a big factor on offense like tonight.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December, taking a look at New York, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And of course, Chicago, just a few spots below there.
And looking at Chicago, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yep, they're already been written off by a lot of people this season. I'm not ready to give up on them quite yet, but they better show me something soon.
So it's Chicago now. The Knicks making the shot. There's the pick. And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
The Bulls shooting a pretty wretched 28% in the third quarter. This offense needs to maybe try some different angles. Nwaba kicks to Valentine. Shoots off the screen. Offensive rebound. And O'Quinn sends it back. Feeds to Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
Here's Grant following the score by New York. Nwaba kicks to Portis. The shot misses, so New York will take it the other way. Here's Lee. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Lee's got 10 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
There's the pass to Felicio. He feeds it to Grant. Lays it up and banks it in. Grant's got his second basket.
You have to credit the pinpoint pass for making that play possible.
Burke, the pass to O'Quinn. Back to Burke. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Burke's got his second basket of the night.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Grant outside. Pass to Portis. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 8 points for him.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
New York's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Burke dishes to Beasley. And again, it's New York.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
The Bulls shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Back to Grant. Down low. Nice shot by Portis.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
New York's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Burke kicks to Beasley. Back to Burke. Over to the wing. Wide open look. Thomas gets a wide open look. No good on the triple. Bulls shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high quality shots. Here's Valentine, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Beasley. The Bulls have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Smooth sailing for New York. Screen by Lee. .119 left in the third. The three from Thomas sinks the triple. Thomas got 7 points in the game. Here's Chicago. Here's Valentine. He's got 5. There's a good screen. Goes up off the pick. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Beasley.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
.58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now here's Burke. Beasley kicks to Thomas. Fires from the wing. Thomas with another miss. The Bulls shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Valentine. The Knicks pull it in. Now Burke. He kicks it to Thomas. The drive by Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
And Chicago shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Now here's Grant. Burke covering. There's a good screen. Grant kicks to Portis. 1 second left, and no good trying to get that one. And so it's the New York Knicks having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. New York's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, we've got Kyle O'Quinn. Thomas is out there with Williams. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Baker in at the 2 spot.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
There's the pick. Picked away. Outside Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. Payne passes to Nwaba. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Payne. Tight defense on him. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Jack dishes to O'Quinn. The feed now to Williams. Outside Thomas. And Williams with the basket on the assist from Thomas. Thomas got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Vonleh. Now the dish to Payne. And the initial rules for the NBA include that 6 personal fouls is the magic number before you're done for the game. It's been this way since, who can remember? But do you think 6 is the right number, Steve, for fouls? Or would you like to see them raise or lower it?
I definitely wouldn't want to see them raise it. I think 7 would be too much. Maybe if they lower it, that's a possibility. But right now I think it's 6. Maybe 5, or maybe you can experiment during some preseason games or in summer league. But I think 6 should be the maximum.
Here's Thomas. Makes it off the glass.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And here are the Bulls now. Back to Payne. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
Two shots, gentlemen. Two. Shooting two.
And he makes the first. Chicago making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Porzingis, he's checked in for the Knicks. And so he hits both. Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way is I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective. And Williams, here we go. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Payne with it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And last season, Cameron Payne getting traded over to the Bulls was part of the big swap between teams that also included Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott. Bulls wanted him to shore up their guard depth.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And when Cameron Payne arrived via trade to Chicago from Oklahoma City, he was asked to shoot more. Not a bad threat from deep, and it was something that the team needed.
Yeah, he's one of those guys at the point guard position. He's best of coming in, being kind of your sixth man, kind of Lou Williams type.
Dunn, he's checked in for David Nwaba. Payne hits them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
The Knicks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Baker kicks to Williams. Dishes to Thomas. Outside Jack. Pass to Baker. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Vonleh. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Lopez, a screen on Porzingis, and that one's good. Zips her.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
Now here's Williams. Thomas a screen. And Jack, here we go. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Well, and each player has their strengths and their weaknesses. Smitty, when you played, what did you feel was your greatest strength as a player? And maybe the one area that held you back a little bit?
I think basketball IQ, being able to shoot the basketball, versatility. And then I think the one thing that held me back, I wish I was more athletic. I really wish I could jump, Kevin, high like a lot of these guys, because I think that gives you an advantage if you have both the IQ, the versatility, and athleticism.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Lopez. No good on the shot. Nice D from Porzingis. From 13, Baker with the bucket.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
The Bulls shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Dunn passes to Payne. Kicks to Dunn. Lopez, a screen on Jack. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Lopez. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Knicks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. And Jack kicks to Cantor. The pass to Baker. Here's the floater. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And here's Payne. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Here's Jack. And the new CBA hammered out Smitty last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go on. I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court.
Here's Payne following the score by New York. Here's Dunn. Here's Lopez. Another shot. Porzingis with the block, and he's able to get it back. Here's Zipser. No good on the 3.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And Jack kicks to Cantor. Over Lopez. And again, it's New York.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
Now, here's Dunn. He dishes it to Vonleh. Pass to Zipser. 5 on the clock. Here's Dunn. That shot off the mark. Excellent D from Cantor. Fast break. Here we go. Baker, no good.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Off the left rim and out.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
The Bulls shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. To the paint. Here's Dunn. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to draw fouls.
Good on both. Now here is Jack. Pass to Baker. Feeds it to Williams. He kicks to Cantor. Passes it to Baker. New York moving the ball around. Jack. And the Knicks miss again. The Bulls shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Nice D from Porzingis. New York's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And Jack kicks to Williams. Lets it go. The pass to Baker. Clock at 6. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Drills the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 7 points here in this quarter.
And that evened things out. He had a 3 early in the first half, now gets 1 in the second.
Lopez, a screen on Jack. Here's Dunn. The Bulls keep it alive. Here's Lopez, and goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Chicago making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez, and it's Valentine in for Payne. The Knicks also changing it up. Beasley comes in for Troy Williams, and it's Burke in for Jarrett Jack. Outside, Porzingis, and stolen by Valentine. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And it's blocked, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beasley. Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded closely. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
There's a screen. Beasley dishes to Burke. Cantor sets the pick for Burke. Pass to Porzingis. He feeds it to Cantor. And the wing jumper offline. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Tries a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Beasley's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now Burke. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Beasley outside. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And across the NBA, we've seen players taking a vocal stance on various social issues. Smitty, you think that's pretty important?
Very important, and I think this generation has done it better than my generation. Obviously speaking out, but yes, they're using their social media tools to come out and talk about important issues. And the one thing you just want to bring light to these issues.
Take a
and
break.
Hopefully
Take a break.
A lot of people, the
Two
more
shots.
light you bring, the more solutions I think will come about.
Well said. And he can't get the first one. Payne, he's checked in for Chicago. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Troy Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Lee in for Baker. So he comes up empty at the line. New York's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Williams. Beasley for 3. And it's Beasley again missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
1:36 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Lee. That one falls coming off Burke's feet.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
1:30 left to play here in the 4th.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Porzingis.
I'll tell you, his shot blocking made a big impact. Whether it was on the ball or rotating over to help, he provided the intimidation factor this defense needed.
And so it's New York with it, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. The feed to O'Quinn. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The dish to Valentine. Bulls moving the ball around. They set the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Off target at the rim.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
Lee passes to Beasley. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. KP, balanced offensive effort tonight. What did you like about how you played?
I think we played as a team. We shared the ball, and it was a team effort today. And everybody was involved. Everybody was playing good offensively, and that's why we were able to come up with a win.
Really looking good at both ends tonight, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.